here on the banks of a river somewhere in Yorkshire, and I am pledging to raise money for the Archbishop of York Youth Trust to swim for 15 minutes every week in water under 5 degrees. So, just to start off explaining a bit, I have been training for about 3 months, so this is not the first time I've done it, and I've been building up gradually. But I have to say, I was humbled at the beginning, because I thought it was just going to be easy peasy, because I've often run into the sea for like a minute on New Year's Day or something like that. Thought it would be very easy, and with my new swimming friends, one of which is here, Jackie, who's training to swim the channel, there I was swimming with Jackie and a few other people before lockdown. And they got in, and this was my first time, and I thought, this is easy, I've got in, I'm cold, this is great, I'll swim with them. So I was swimming up and down the river with my new friends, and they kept saying, I think you should get out, I think you should get out. And I was saying, no, I'm fine, just slightly showing off that I could do it. And it was only when I got out that I got that aftershock, and I think I let myself get borderline hypothermic that day, so that was not a good idea. So what I'm saying is that swimming is very different to dipping. The important thing is, when you're swimming, and the reason the true professionals say don't wear gloves and feet, is that your hands are your gauge. So when your hands start clawing, it's a weird sensation, they start going like frozen and clawing, then that's time to get out. So what I would say at this point is that I've been told, because we don't want to put the NHS obviously under any more stress, so if my hands start clawing after 3 minutes, I'm going to get out and then make up the minutes later on in the week. Enough waffle, here we go. So the important thing is to be organised, because when you get out of the pool, and I've learnt this from my fellow professionals because I was very gung-ho to start with, I've got a pet fleece, which we have for the puppies, so that's to stand on when you get out, and then you lay your clothes out, because often you're so cold afterwards you can't get dressed. So this dry robe is incredible. My gorgeous husband gave it to me for Christmas, and it is my most treasured possession. So I lay that down there, because that's going to go on. Then, take everything else out. Flask of tea for afterwards, very important. That sits there. Then hand warmers. So what I'm going to do is then lay everything on here, ready to, towel so you don't wet your feet, little hand towel, swimming costume, towel, I'll tell you about that later. Signature hat, you ready Debbie? Signature hat is on. I painted the toenails specially for the occasion. Pink and green, pink to match the cosy. So the important thing is I'm going to get in now, all my clothes are laid out, ready, dry robe ready to go. Oh, hand warmers, very important. Jackie, how are you doing? Good, ready. We're going to go in at the same time. Okay. Hand warmers, God, I'm shaking already. They go hot when you get out. So put them there. So I find my hands are what gets really cold. It's 2.8 degrees today, the river, so it's cold. Right. Okay, let's go.
Wow, we have some brave ladies here.
Jackie is a pro. She is the pro. There we go. So breathe. Breathe.
Well, Jackie's in.
She's got in first.
She's amazing. Wow.
Oh!
And then we're going to might hear some interesting language in a minute. No, we haven't.
Someone start timing.
Yes, I am. Don't worry. Yep.
I thought it was you, Debbie.
Yep, it is me.
You're timing.
Yes, I am. Well, they must be cold because my hands are freezing. Such an inspiration, both of you.
Debbie is amazing. She works for the NHS. She's bloody awesome. And she's had COVID. Right, I'm going to get out here. Okay. Your skin, now my hand's beginning to claw, which is interesting. So it's the getting out bit. It's important now. Okay. You going? So I'm standing on the towel. I'm now grabbing this with, you dab yourself. Apparently you shouldn't rub because your skin's quite sensitive. I've now dabbed myself and I'm now going to put my dry robe on to get changed under. Okay, so here we are. I'm now putting the socks on. To try and get warm. You know what Jackie taught me? I've learned a lot from this cold water swimming because I used to be always in a hurry, racing everywhere. So I thought naively when I started doing this that I would get out and then drive straight home. That doesn't work because the aftershock starts kicking in and you feel quite weird. And Jackie explained you had to sit with your flask and look out for each other to make sure you're all recovering enough and that you're safe to drive home because your blood pressure often goes quite low. Now the important thing is to layer up. So I don't normally wear jerseys, but I'm putting this jersey on, then I put on my toweling hoodie. I'm feeling quite low blood pressure now, so I'm just have a break quickly. Actually, I have a break.
And just in case you forgot your name, you've got your name on the front of your sweatshirt.
Yeah, full set. Oh, that's good. Never has a cup of tea tasted so good. My gloves, my hands get really cold, so then I put my hand warmers in the gloves. Oh, I've even got one more there. The important thing is you don't actually start feeling cold
Do you get home
until about
actually?
10 minutes after when you know more about it, Jackie, is that
Yeah.
your cold
your
blood
your
mixes with your warm blood.
It's your core temperature's cooled down.
We'll talk more about that later. But if you think you're feeling okay, that's the danger in the river, which is why you have to listen to your hands. Because you don't realise how cold you're getting.
So when you're in the cold, your body sends a message to your brain that your blood has to preserve the core, so that your extremities get cold first.
Sit down, Jackie and me, social distance,
2 meters
and have our
apart.
cup of tea and have a chat. So the first one's been done. We're 5 minutes in.
Well
This
done,
is marvellous.
ladies.
Actually, I just wanted to read you my quote for the day. I've got my reading glasses, but I think I can pause. Procrastination has no place in my life. I fritter away my energy when I find reasons not to get started, losing my zeal and focus and inviting frustration into my life. Today I claim the power of the present and say, this is the day I begin. Now is the time to begin to serve, to forgive, to create and to love.
That's beautiful.
The aftershock has kicked in and I'm now feeling quite cold and my lips are quite blue, but and you feel shaky at this stage, just as when you're shivering, and this is because I've done 5 minutes. My body's been immersed in 5 minutes at under 3 degrees. It is very, very cold. Anyway, thanks, Debbie.